So I've been living in New Brunswick, or in Moncton specifically, for 3 years now, and in this video I want to share with you a comparison amongst the three main or the three top cities to live in New Brunswick. The three most common cities that you will hear from immigrants living in New Brunswick are Freddy, St. John, and Moncton. So Freddy is the capital city, St. John is the industrial city, and Moncton is the multicultural city. Let us start with Fredericton. As I mentioned, Freddy is the capital city of New Brunswick. Being a capital city, it has got all the legislative functions of the government, or the seat of government is situated in Fredericton. There, the legislative building is in Freddy. The regional museums are in Freddy. The New Brunswick Sports Hall of Fame are in Freddy. And again, of course, the main government seat is in Fredericton. One of the most important things, I think, and this is very important, is that Freddy has got the highest concentration of brewery and cideries in the whole of New Brunswick. So if beer and alcohol runs deep in your blood and in your veins, Freddy is the way to go. You should settle in Fredericton. But see, Freddy is a very, very small town. You can drive 5 to 10 minutes and you have already circumnavigated the entire city, really. And that's even if you are driving a very slow kind of car. If you were driving a fast car, then it would take you 5 minutes. It is that small, but it's a very quaint little town where people are very friendly, people are very helpful. It totally is the very opposite of what a city is, or a popular big city is. This town essentially has got people who are always smiling at you, always patient, who will stay in the queue, and even if it took you 15 minutes to pay for 2 pieces of groceries, people will be very, very patient, and that's the kind of town or village-like feel there is with Freddy. So now we come to our second most popular city, which is Moncton. Moncton is more popular with immigrants. If there are 5,000 immigrants, I'd say more than half of those immigrants would come and settle in Moncton. And these immigrants are essentially not just from abroad. These immigrants are from different provinces coming into the city. It's a lot of these in-country immigrants are from Ontario, because the housing cost in Ontario is heavy and hefty, and people just cannot afford to buy houses there, and therefore they come to Moncton to buy houses here, and therefore created a certain degree of a bubble. Nevertheless, Moncton is more of a multicultural kind of city. You will see various minorities here from different parts of the world living happily in the city, and the kinds of jobs available here in Moncton are mostly office jobs. So when you say office jobs, these are the clerical kinds of jobs, administrative, secretarial, accounting jobs. There is the Rogers kinds of job, wherein you have got the call center, even the TD Bank, Toronto Dominion Bank, has got their head office. So now we come to the third most popular cities to settle in New Brunswick, and the third one is St. John. Now, St. John is, as I mentioned earlier, is more of an industrial city. It's the city where you will find most of the Irving family group of companies, factories, manufacturing factories. The Irving family is huge in this province. The Irving group of companies, or the Irving family, really, whether we like it or not, they run this province. I used to work with or for one of the Irving group's companies. Nevertheless, as I mentioned, most of the factories of the Irving family, the Irving Pulp and Paper Mill, the Irving Tissue, the Irving Oil and Gas, those factories are all here. And being an industrial and predominantly factory kind of city, on any given day, if you drive to St. John, it's mostly cloudy and muggy and bleak because of the carbon dioxide that is being emitted by the factory. There are negative and positive impacts of having these factories. Of course, as you can imagine, these factories keep the economy rolling. There are jobs that is created by these factories, but then when you talk about environment effects of these factories, they have got the tendency to really have a very negative effect on our environment. Nevertheless, if you are thinking of moving to St. John. Of course, it's a city to live in. It's safe, of course. Now, if you are in the industry of factory operations or manufacturing, engineering perhaps, with the machines, St. John is worth considering. So there, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you gained some information and lessons in this video. If you liked it, consider subscribing and liking this video. Thank you.